Hey guys, I want to just bring that essential 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8 back up into the forefront today. Because God is love, 1 John 4, 7 and 8. And everyone that loves is born of God and knows God. He that doesn't love doesn't know God, because God is love. Romans 5, 5 says the love of God has been poured out in our hearts by the Holy Spirit. The book of John says that this is how all people will know we're his disciples, that we actually love one another. We're admonished in Romans 12 to love our enemies, to pray for those who despitefully use us, to bless those who curse us, to leave room for the wrath of God. And Ephesians 4 says to lay aside all bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, abusive speech, malice. Lay it all aside. And the chapter 5 says to walk in love. So then what is it? It's valuing others. It's preferring others. It's trying to honor people and go through life in a way that is, instead of being bitter, it's a way of life that's actually, heaven is defined by it. It says in 1 Corinthians 13, 13, that these three abide. These three things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. So I'm unashamed or unapologetic about being optimistic. That's hope. I'm also not going to deny that I am a faith person, and I want to walk by faith and not by sight, and I want to develop my faith and confidence and reliance and trust in God, and then have actions corresponding to that. But in Galatians 5, 6, it says faith works through love. So if we don't have love there, 1 Corinthians 13 says you can have faith to move mountains, you can have faith to prophetically see the future, you could have faith that causes you to want to give all your possessions to the less fortunate. And if you don't have love, you're nothing. So then it defines it. Love is patient. It plays the long game. It suffers long. It's not just an abbreviated thing. This is something we go with for our whole lifetime. This is how your marriages will last. This is how our relationships with our kids can be durable throughout their changes, including puberty and teenage life when it gets harder sometimes. You know, this will help us when we're not happy with our jobs, or we don't think our boss understands us or appreciates us. We're underappreciated. Love is patient and is kind. Love is patient and is kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. Let me read this to you. A friend gave me this printed. Faith works by love, Galatians 5:6. Because the love of God is shed abroad in my heart by the Holy Spirit who's given to me. This is how love acts. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. Listen to this. In fact, say this with me. I endure long, and I am patient and kind. I never am envious, nor do I boil over with jealousy. I am not boastful or vainglorious. I do not display myself haughtily. I am not conceited, arrogant, and inflated with pride. I am not rude, and I do not act unbecomingly. God's love in me does not insist on its own rights or its own way. I am not self-seeking. And here's a powerful one. I am not touchy or fretful or resentful. Say it again. I am not touchy or fretful or resentful. One more time. I am not touchy or fretful or resentful. You could say that because God's changed your heart and you don't have to be that way any longer. I take no account of the evil done to me. I do not rejoice at injustice or unrighteousness, but I rejoice when right and truth prevail. God's love in me bears up under anything and everything that comes. I am ever ready to believe the best of every person. God's love in me hopes, and his hopes are fadeless under all circumstances. And God's love in me endures everything without weakening and without failing. Therefore, I will never fail because I'm walking in love. Next time you get tempted to be bitter, bridle your tongue, pay attention to the moment, take a deep breath, count to 10, and just be quick to hear, be slow to speak, and be slow to wrath, and walk in love. God bless you.